In today's program, a Boeing 747-400 freighter, and some of you might be excited about the curious little detail that the wheels are actually moving. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at a Boeing 747-400F from National. And as always, we have the cutout in the front of the box so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft model inside, and we do have the National branding on top. Then on the back side we don't have much, as this is a 2019 release, so no links or anything like that anymore, but we do still have an image, and that is very nice indeed. And here she is, the Boeing 747-400F from National. A very nicely looking aircraft model here from Herpa Wings in scale 1 to 500. Apparently it is the second edition of that model. I must honestly admit that I must have been sleeping when the first one was released, because I do not remember that happening. Anyway, we start off with the tail section of the aircraft, where we can see on the vertical stabilizer we have the National branding. On the fuselage we then find the full registration code of the aircraft, and we have the company slogan, "We deliver the world." Above the company slogan and the cargo hatch here we have some fine lines in the print, and I must admit that in the beginning when I saw that I actually thought there was a fault in the print. I have however checked on a few other 747F models, and they also have these lines, although in some cases better executed. So it's trying to recreate some detail on the aircraft, I'm not quite sure what, so you take it as it is. At the very front of the aircraft we can then see the National Airlines branding. We also have the airline's web address. I do like the detail that it ends on .iro, that's very cool. Also around the cockpit we have some nice detailing, some nice markings around the windows. Also the window wipers have been printed on, and just above all of that we then also have the emergency hatch for the cockpit. The engine nacelles have been given this dark blue coloring, which we also see on the fuselage. I think that looks rather nice, although the engine nacelles overall are maybe, in my opinion, a bit too basic. I think there could be a little bit more detailing in that, but it is not bad. What is very nice is still the look into the engine, where we can see the fan blades very nicely. And then we come to what for me is the highlight at this aircraft, and that's the landing gear. I think that looks absolutely fantastic, and it is a bit curious because it is very different from the landing gears we normally see from Herpa Wings. One, they're made out of metal. Normally Herpa Wings is always made out of plastic. And two, the wheels do actually spin. They move, they can roll. And that is also quite unusual for Herpa Wings. Although we have seen that with the 747-400 from Lufthansa and the new colors of Herpa Wings. So it looks like this is the standard in the new mold for the 747-400 of Herpa Wings. Whether this is something that will be implemented with other aircraft models from Herpa Wings, so far it doesn't seem like it, so it remains a bit unusual for Herpa Wings, but who knows for the future. And then to finish it off, of course, it's a freighter, so there are plenty of doors to cargo compartments in the back and the front. We actually don't have something in the nose, and I think that's because it is actually a Boeing converted freighter, so it wouldn't have the opening in the nose as it used to be a passenger aircraft. So there we have it, the Boeing 747-400F from National Airlines, or as we have learned in this episode, if Herpa wanted to be absolutely correct about it, it would be a BCF Boeing converted freighter. But nonetheless, it is a very nice aircraft model in my opinion. I really like that the landing gear is now made of metal, because it makes the whole landing gear much more stable and durable than when it is made out of plastic. I am, however, not a big fan of the wheels being able to move, because any moving parts tend to break over time, so I'm not convinced about the wheels being able to spin. But nonetheless, it is a very nice aircraft model. The physical details are excellent, the print quality is also good, except for these lines that I'm not entirely convinced about. But yeah, I think it is a great model to have in one's collection. Now with that, we've reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video, then do feel free to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated. If you're new around here, why not hit subscribe, that would be absolutely awesome. And with that, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.